As the league's concerned, I guess most times if you're everyone back from a championship team, you're the best team in the league, no question. But I mean, Louisville's got pretty much everyone back with Dana. Georgia Tech's got everyone back. Florida State, Virginia Tech. How do you kind of stay atop the pyramid there when everyone's so loaded?
Yeah, everybody's loaded in the ACC. It's the best conference, and especially with all the transfers. Like, you don't really actually know who's on the team anymore. So it's going to be different. Playing every team this year is going to be different. And now that we won back-to-back, there's going to be a bigger target on our back as well.
Lisa, how have you processed the way your season ended last year? I know it was tough for you guys.
You know, it was really just kind of devastating afterwards, but I think we took that hurt and we've just fueled it into this year. And I think the day-by-day preparations is what we really need to focus on. You know, we had a couple of injuries that hurt us in the postseason, but I think that's not necessarily an excuse. I think we're deeper this year, which I think will help us out too.
You were talking to Liz Kitley earlier, and she said she thinks it's pretty cool how you guys have kind of taken your high school rivalry from the tryout and you're doing it now on the college stage.
Yeah.
What's that like going head-to-head with her in your league and sometimes in your hometown area?
Yeah, it's so cool. Like, literally, like, 2 people from Summerfield, North Carolina, like, half y'all probably don't even know where Summerfield is, like, honestly. So I think just, like, being from there, like, being best friends since high school and, like, both of us being, like, the top centers in the nation, I think it's just, like, it's amazing, you know, like, a dynamic duo. You know, I think, like, coming in, it was like, oh, is NC State going to make it to the NCAA tournament? And now it's almost like no question that we're going to go to the NCAA tournament. And then it was Sweet 16, and now that we've reached Sweet 16, now that we've been ACC champs, it's like, what more can we do? So I think we're just growing. Like, our season is so tough this year. Like, NC State, like 4 years ago, could have never played the schedule that we're about to play. So I think just growing the program and evolving it so that's really one of the top contenders in the country.
As you look back to the way last year ended, is there any doubt in your mind that if Kayla had been healthy and been able to play in that Indiana game that you would have been able to get to the Final Four and maybe win the whole thing?
You know, it just depends. You can't really predict the scenarios. I think KJ healthy, we're definitely a completely different team. But then you never know what would have happened, anything else. I think with her healthy this year and with the new people, I think we definitely do have a chance.
So there's no regrets, there's no what kind of looking back into the whole what if kind of thing?
Yeah, I mean, you can't really change an injury. Like, if we could have timed it, we would have timed it for after the season. But you can't do that, so you just kind of got to roll with what you got.
You mentioned new people. What do you see from Hayes and Johnson? How might they help you this year?
They're huge. You know, they're coming in wanting playing time from a veteran group of starters that are returning. So I think they're coming in and they're playing hard in practice. They're definitely scorers. They're playing defense, and they're really mending well to Coach Moore's style of coaching and the offense and other teammates.
How much does that kind of help all of you to have maybe a little bit more competitive depth in practice?
Yeah, it's huge. Like, when we go against each other, it's like both teams are coming head for head. So I think it's just going to make all of us better in the long run.
How's it developing chemistry on the pick and roll as an offense with Wes Moore and Diamond Johnson and navigating ball screens on defense?
Yeah, Diamond's been tough, you know, even with ball screens, but even like pushing the ball. Like, she's pushing the ball, she's looking for the open man, but she's also knocking down threes. I think with her knocking down threes and then going up to set a pick on the ball, it's going to be tough on the guard to like help Sagan on the pick and roll or to go up and guard her. And she's been throwing dimes too, like dime, and like she's been dropping them.
And then speaking of those, I know you like trying to extend your range last year. You hit definitely like some big spots.
Yeah.
How much have you worked on that this season? Are you looking forward to some actions on those?
Yeah, a lot. With the three-point line moving back, I definitely have to work on it a little bit more. It's a little bit harder at the end of practice to fit those up. But yeah, for sure, always working on expanding my game.
Lisa, when I say three-peat, what do you think?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's the goal. We aren't going to have any goals that are smaller than that. We're going for everything.
What gives you that confidence?
My teammates and the culture of NC State. You know, we aren't coming in here just to like averagely go through every practice or every game. You know, we're coming in here because we want to win. We don't like losing, so even in practice, we're going to compete and nobody's going to like losing. I'm so happy to have fans back in Reynolds. I mean, in general, but in Reynolds specifically, the environment of Reynolds is just like no other. And having everybody that loves NC State back in there is just going to be huge. And then going to different venues as well, like even in Greensboro, the ACC tournament, like that's our hometown. Like everybody from Raleigh comes down there for cheer on NC State. So it's going to be really cool to see people back in the stands.
Is it fair to say you national championship expectations?
100%. Why would you tell yourself anything less than that?
With the three-point line being moved back, obviously you got to extend your range, but as a player who really gets physically beaten on during a game, does the extra space, I mean, does that change the spacing and maybe make it a little bit less kind of congested for you in there?
Yeah, for sure, especially with 5 players that might not be as agile as I am. You know, like there's some 5 players that can't extend their range all the way out there, and so then guarding it in return. But then opening up the lane for like KJ, JB to go post up and kind of like a 5-out or 4-on-1 in with them inside. It just switches up the offense, you know. We're all dynamic on the team.
What have you seen from Sophie so far? Does she remind you of yourself at all?
A little bit, yeah. Soph like came in at the beginning, and I was like, okay, like she'll need like a little training, you know, like her freshman years and take a little work. And then she was working out, and then like 2 weeks later, she was like making all these shots, and we were all surprised. So Soph really wants to work hard, and she's getting better like literally every single day.
What are you looking forward to at prime time in the past?
Honestly, I'm just looking forward to see like the environment, like the students come in, like the DJ come in, and hanging out with the men. I think it's just always cool to see like give the students something selective to like see us and vibe with us.
What's the best basketball advice you've ever been given?
Control what you could control. That's the biggest thing. Because as a freshman coming in, you probably think like, why I'm not getting this opportunity, or why he always fussing at me, you know? Because that's how I used to think. But now it's like, regardless, he's trying to help you. You know, just control what you can control. If he's not allowing it, whatever, you know, let it go. Just be a great teammate.
I asked Elissa the same 2 questions. First, I wanted to ask, I know it probably seems like you were just a freshman, you know, learning from some of the upperclassmen. What have you taken from their aspects of their game, and what have you passed on and are trying to pass on to some of you?
From the freshmen now?
Yeah, or any of the young players, honestly.
I would say with Jakia Brown-Turner, just her willingness to go. Like, she's always on go. She always want to be better at what she does. That's really my go-to on the court. Like, I go to her and just, give me some advice, like what I need to do here. I really admire her, for real. And I would say, what was the second question?
Well, is that something that you've taken from some of the older players that you used to play with? I mean, back when you were freshmen?
Oh, so from the older players, Kiara Leslie.
Yeah.
Now, it's not as loving as it sounds. Like when she coming at me, it don't sound lovely, but she means best. You know what I mean? So she's just a great player, great person, and she holds me to a high standard also too. Just becoming healthy. That's my biggest thing right now. Is being healthy, being a great leader, and just doing the little things that coach needs done. You know, and leading the younger ones along the way. That's huge for me. And really, I want to buy in on my defensive end. That's what I want to really adjust to this year. Being confident on defense, knowing regardless who I have to guard, I'm gonna guard them. You know, so just take pride in it.
I know you bounced around between, there's more 4, also played at the 3.
Yeah.
What do you do differently, both on offense and on defense, in those different roles?
Ooh. Well, when I'm at a 4, I'm definitely guarding a bigger person. You know, so I feel like that's more pounding and down low. I mean, I have to do it, I have to do it, you know? And when I'm guarding wing, it's just really staying low and guarding them, stopping the ball, stopping the attack, the penetration, and just having a hand on. That's the biggest thing with me, being there close enough to where they just can't shoot it in my face, you know? Because I'd be trying to take a sag off, but no, they still can shoot. ACC is good, so that's the biggest thing. For my knee, it's good. I'm working my way back. Hopefully be back for the season. That's my goal. That's my plan. And we just taking it one day. We're looking good. All right, so I say our last practice we had was like our best practice. Our ball movement is better now. And that's what we had to work on. And now we're trying to work on defense. Yeah. I feel like it was a chemistry thing. Our ball handlers are super. Diamond and Raina. Diamond and Raina together is crazy. Like, we literally had a team. You know what I'm saying? Last practice that we just had, whatever yesterday was, it was so fun because they were going crazy. They was attacking, kicking, then we were swinging the ball to one more, and that's what Coach been looking for. And then we're adjusting to that.
Other than get
healthy, defense. That's my biggest thing. I want to be able to be a great defender. And I guess staying consistent with my shot. You know, continue to improve my shot and just be better than last year. That's what I told Coach Aaron. I just want to be better than last year.
Do you remember when you were in high school and Coach Moore comes to recruit you, and do you remember like the connection you made, like when he kind of won you over? Like, forget Instant, forget the kids, forget the visit. At what point were you sold on him being your coach?
Probably when they offered me, honestly, because I was sold on Heather Mason when she offered me. I don't know, it was just so awesome. You know, being from where I'm from, and Division I want you. I don't know. At the time, it just felt awesome because I never expected it. You know, so but he was a great guy. I feel like he just seems so down to earth, you know. And I feel like his coaching staff was Coach Nikki gave me that mom vibe, like away from home. And so yeah, that's when I found I'm going over.
So who you have in the finals tonight? Chicago or Phoenix?
I'm going for Candace, so Chicago. Yeah, I want Candace to get one more.
And just going off of that, you know, Dana Evans being a part of that.
Right.
What does that mean, having just, like, seemingly just played her at the ACC tournament? What does that mean, maybe for the ACC and for the team? Is that something you, like, look at and aspire to?
Yeah, it's really dope. It's dope seeing her, because, you know, she didn't start with them, and then she got traded to them.
Yeah.
And so it's just crazy how everything works out for her good, you know? So that's awesome. And it's just crazy, because we actually played her, you know? We played her twice. Yeah, so it's just cool. It just shows that, I mean, you can make it at that level, you know? And she's just a great player.
Kayla, what are you excited for at prime time with the Pack?
Just interacting with the fans, really. That's my biggest thing. Hanging with my teammates, of course. I'm with them every day already, but still, just being out there, being goofy, and just being a part of the men's basketball team.
Everybody grows each year in terms of what they know, what they do.
Yeah.
What's the one thing the team has grown most over this year, or is in the offseason?
That's a hard question. It's hard to know because we ain't played nobody yet but ourselves.
What do you see on the
What I feel like it's going to have to be defense, the way we practice defense every day. He goes so hard on defense now, y'all. But I don't know. I honestly don't know yet. I don't know. I can't give you an answer to that yet. I'm not sure.
What message do you have for the Wolfpack Nation?
That we love them, and that we're so excited to see them back on Reynolds cheering us on.
Nice. And what message do you have for the Wolfpack Nation?
Wolfpack Nation, I cannot wait to see you guys. We need you to fill up the stands and be loud. We really need you to be loud and have the floor shaking. Thank you.